I'm Sheila Brummer with Siouxland Public Media News. A proposed ordinance would eliminate the potential for wind energy in Woodbury County. The Board of Supervisors voted last night to move forward a plan to double the setback distance from 1,250 feet to 2,500 feet for turbines. Brenda Holtz is one of the few landowners who spoke in opposition to that change. She says it would take away a landowner's individual choice.
If a person works, they own their farm, they have worked hard for it, it should be their decision on what they think is right for them and right for their farm.
Mid-American Energy claims 60 landowners have already signed on to its Siouxland wind farm, and it has invested $1.4 million into the project. The board will take a final vote after 2 more public hearings. And federal health officials are recording an increase in the number of COVID-19 hospitalizations in Iowa this week. 323 Iowans hospitalized have tested positive for the virus. That's as state officials say more than 7,100 new positive tests have been reported in the last week. That's a slight drop from the week prior. Mike Brownlee is with the University of Iowa Hospital and Clinics. He says illness caused by the Omicron BA.5 variant appears milder as compared to other variants. However, he says Iowans should still take precautions, such as testing if you have symptoms and staying home if you do test positive.
The vaccination piece, I think, is one of the most critical. If you want to prevent serious illness and hospitalization and death, vaccination and boosting is the way to do that.
According to the CDC, 62.7% of all Iowans are fully vaccinated. DeGier, the Democratic candidate for governor, says it's time for damage control to address the shortage of teachers, bus drivers, and other staff in some Iowa schools. DeGier says her opponent, Republican Governor Kim Reynolds, chose to focus this year on state funding to send 10,000 students to private schools. DeGier suggests things like retention bonuses can help some districts keep veteran teachers in the classroom. Governor Reynolds used federal pandemic money to fund one-time bonuses of $1,000 to teachers, and this spring she approved a 2.5% increase in per-pupil funding for public schools. Reynolds and the Republican-led legislature also started a teacher apprenticeship program. But the state scholarships for private school students Reynolds proposed did not have enough support in the Iowa House. Reynolds has pledged to continue to press for her plan. She said last month, when it comes to education, one size really doesn't fit all, and some parents may want their children in a private school that conforms to their faith and moral convictions. When it comes to debates, DeGier says Reynolds has yet to agree to one. A spokesperson for the governor's campaign says Reynolds is happy to debate, and details will be ironed out as the fall approaches. DeGier says voters deserve to see a debate between her and Reynolds.
When we think about the elections process, that we not just adhere to tradition, but we realize the importance of that tradition. For 2 opponents to stand on a stage and talk about the vision that they see for the state and what they're committed to doing for the people in which they seek to serve.
DeGier says Reynolds didn't respond to invitations from some organizations that invited them to debates. Reynolds has significantly lowered her public profile since the Iowa legislature ended its session in May, holding fewer news conferences as she campaigns around the state. Reynolds has a huge fundraising advantage, and a recent Des Moines Register Iowa poll shows Reynolds with a 17-point lead over Democrat DeGier. For Siouxland Public Media News, I'm Sheila Brummer.